everyone, welcome back to the Hybrid Network and another look at Stephen King's classic horror novel, It. We're continuing our discussion of the main characters of the novel in the original 1990 miniseries, The Losers Club, to better prepare us all for the upcoming film adaptation that's set to hit theaters on September 8th. And today we're taking a look at Mike Hanlon, the final member of the Lucky Seven. Mike Hanlon is a child that's pretty much steeped in isolation for the most part. He's one of the few African-American kids in Derry, Maine, as well as being a Baptist, putting him at odds with several of the people within the quaint town, one of whom is Henry Bowers and his gang of punks. In the summer of 1958, Mike is on the run from Henry and his gang when he runs into the Losers Club, who stand up for him and engage with their bullies in the apocalyptic rock fight, protecting their new friend. Afterwards, Mike joins the Losers Club and joins their mission to destroy the force that's been terrorizing their town, It. The most notable encounter that Mike has with It is at one point when his father, William Hanlon, sends his son to investigate the remains of the Kitchener Iron Works, a place where an explosion killed over 100 people, most of whom were children. This later was revealed to be caused by It during one of its early cycles in 1905. As Mike looks about the ruins, he's attacked by a giant bird, reminiscent of a monster he had seen the other night on TV. He runs in fear, but soon finds the strength to fight back, throwing tiles at the bird to scare it away, an act of bravery and defiance towards his fears. There's plenty of ways to take the scene, but in my personal opinion, the encounter seems to reflect Mike's fear of his family's position in Derry. He's an outlier, one of the only black kids in the town and belonging to a separate faith from everyone else. He works on a farm with his father, so for the most part he doesn't engage with other children. For all intents and purposes, Mike is alone, isolated from the rest of Derry. The bird, usually a predatory figure in the animal kingdom, preys on this isolation. It's not just the fact that it attacks Mike while he's alone. It essentially attacks all the kids while they're alone, but it's more to do with the fact that as a bird of prey, Mike's role has been reduced to something as below human. He's not a kid in this situation. He's prey, just a piece of meat. Henry Bowers and his gang, along with his own father, all see Mike through their racist viewpoint, viewing him as something below human, much like the bird attacks Mike as if he were nothing more than a scared mouse running away. It's the fear of his isolation and what it will do to him, how the whole world seems to have it out for his family and himself. Fighting back against the bird is essentially fighting back against the status quo of Derry, and by extension America. Mike proves that he's more than just a skin color, fighting back and scaring away his tormentors, demanding respect as an individual. And it's not just the attack on Mike that led me to this idea, because the most interesting thing about this form is the fact that Mike's father saw it too. He sees it during the burning down of the Ink Spots, a bar that Will Hanlon partook in along with his fellow soldiers from the nearby army base, made specifically as a haven for racially discriminated army officials. When the Maine Legion of Decency, essentially a Ku Klux Klan for Derry, Maine, set fire to the bar, William manages to get a final glimpse at the building, and sees a giant bird of prey carrying one of the Legion members in its talons, balloons tied around its wings as it soared into the night. As a symbol, it projects itself as an oppressive figure, influencing the Legion into destroying the place where William and his fellow African-American soldiers could finally feel free from the persecutions they endured, stirring the coals of hatred that the Legion members felt. The greatest fear of all is the idea of how powerful discrimination and racial hatred can be, going so far as to take away the one thing that could give William and his friends a breakaway from it all, destroying their only means of escaping it. But what do you guys think? How do you see the giant bird, and do you think it has as much of an importance as I've laid out here? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to stay subscribed to the Hybrid Network to stay up to date on all of our videos as they come out. My name is Luke, and I'll catch you guys next time.